Hello and welcome to our scrapbook live for October of 2023. And I'm excited to be here. We have some fun things. I didn't like totally peek at the kit. I just a little peeked at the kit. Does that count? But when I peeked at the kit, I was like, ooh, my picture. Well, just the kits, like 4 little mini kits from the scrap room. I was like, my picture, which is kind of fun. It's me with my son Joe, and our prompt today, because we're doing a load challenge, it was about it's kind of about like something that a kid said, and I was like, oh, my kids are so big. Like I'm never gonna remember stuff they said years ago. But I'm like, people still say funny things, and I think that still counts. Hi, Patty, I haven't seen you for a while. And I see Bonnie and I see Dawn. Oh my gosh, thanks for being here, you guys. It's just so nice to see you. Um, yeah, but I'm looking at this picture, I'm looking at this kits, and they're all really fall themed. And I'm like, that pink shirt is gonna stand out like a sore thumb on any page that I do. And so I played recently on one of the layouts that I made for our load challenge. I played with a picture in Canva. So I will confess, I have Photoshop elements, I think. I have Photoshop stuff. And that feels like torture. So if anybody else is like, oh, Photoshop is my awesomest best friend thing, I'll be like, I am so glad that that does not torture you, but that is like, nails on a chalkboard kind of torture for me. And so when Canva came along and it's like, we have all of this, like all these elements, and we have photos that you can use. And hey, you can edit some photos in here if you want to try fun things, but you don't want to commit to Photoshop. Well, all of a sudden it was like brand new door of opportunity came to me. And so now I play. I didn't edit this one in Canva, but I will show you the one that I did in Canva the other day. It was so fun. But this is what I did. I turned down the colors in this photo. So I didn't make it like black and white. I tried it and I was like, it doesn't feel right. But I just turned the colors down. I muted them. And I think it's going to be so good on these fall pages because now my shirt is like pink, but it's not like fluorescent pink in your face, right? And so I just thought like we have so many great ways to play with our photos nowadays. Now you want to see the one that I played with? Um, I've been doing really good. I haven't missed any of the days for our load challenge, but I have them not put away yet. So let's keep them up for load. But I have to show you because this is just so lovely. This fun technique that I did. Deborah's here. She says she was up late last night, getting a late start this morning. She's gonna make breakfast. See, that's perfect. You're right on time for us. Okay, let's switch over to this and let me show you what I did with this photo. I think it's so fun. And for me and anybody else that like doesn't Photoshop on the regular, this is like fancy stuff, you guys, like so fancy, I tell you. So I took this photo and I did a couple of things with it. So I added this one filter that really popped the colors in weird ways. So the greens are now like limey greens. The red bricks are kind of pinky colored, which matched really nice with my paper. I added this overlay, but then I made it more transparent so it could add kind of like this sketchy-ish feel without being too sketchy. And then I duplicated my photo. Yeah, I totally used Canva. So turns out Canva, I can do all the things in Canva. I'm not scared of Canva. So that's the biggest thing. I'm not scared of Canva. So I duplicated the photo, and in one of the copies of the photo, I erased the background. And then I turned that photo black and white. And then because I left them the same size, I just layered the black and white Jonas and Alice over top of the color version that I did all the fancy fun color edits. and ta-da, I had us popped out in black and white in front of the castle, which was all sketchy. I was able to talk about the funny situation with taking this photo. It was like a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old took this photo. He did a really good job. If you see the original, you're like, wow, that's a cool photo too. Like, but he had like a whole lesson. It became a lesson in photography session. So it was like super fun. But I just thought, like, for anybody that's like, oh my gosh, I tried Photoshop. There was 12 million layers. It was just complicated. It was a lot. There are ways that you can play and do fun things. And even simple little photo edits, like this photo edit that I did, I just did that in my photos program, just like turned the intensity down on the photo. So super fun, a little distracted. Let me show you what is in the kit this month. So great. So for our October kit, they have a fabulous cut file. I actually thought I was going to use this month, but I'm not doing a fall photo, and I was just like, well, I'd have to figure out my machine and hook that up. Like, we're a little bit of a technophobe around here. I have like I'm surrounded by technology, but I get other people to set it up, and then it just needs to work. And then there's a really cute sketch. I might use some of the elements of this sketch when I do this page. Like, I like the little clustery bits here on either side. I see they've got like a little splatter, so that's like kind of good inspiration, right? I really like that. And then I've got all the details. So in addition to my flavors of the month kit, I also get some additional, oh wow, I'm like sliding things. I need to stop doing this. Okay, there we go. It's like my mouse was moving and things got crazy. So yeah, I was able to take a peek at these kits, and I have the add-on embellishment kit. So there's the main flavors of the month with 4 mini kits, and then there's the add-on embellishments, which we will visit as we go through each one. So let's take a peek and have a look what's in here. So fun. I just love their kits. It makes it so easy. When I was packing up to go on the weekend, we had our Thanksgiving here in Canada and also my birthday. And I had to take 4 layouts on the road with me. Well, technically, I probably could have done the Friday one at home, but let's be real, I wasn't that organized. So I'm like, I'll be doing that tonight. And by then we're on the road. So, yeah, I just grabbed a few of these kits from the scrap room. They are so handy, and it's like perfect. It's like, oh, I'll throw this picture in this bag, I'll throw this picture in that bag, and I was good to go. Okay, so this first one is Cartabella, and the Cartabella papers are Echo Park, right? Cartabella is part of Echo Park, but their Cartabella papers are their textured papers. So if you love kind of that textury feel of like basil textured paper, then Cartabella and the thickness of their papers and stuff might be something that you would enjoy. And you can see this is a fall fun. That's the name of this collection. And it definitely has that fall fun vibe. They have just nailed the colors so nice in this print. Like, isn't it gorgeous? So love that. And then we've got a nice plaid on the background. Or is that like buffalo check? There must be a difference between plaid and buffalo check. If somebody knows, like one is made of squares or something. I don't know. If you know the technical difference, go ahead and educate me. I would probably appreciate knowing. But this like orange plaid, this one I'm pretty sure is plaid. So this orange plaid with the yellow and the lines in it is super nice. I'll say like this design is kind of like, it's here. It's here. It's part of the collection. It's not something that I would like go, oh my gosh, I have to use that. Like, but this page is so nice that like I wouldn't even notice that there's this in there. Probably not. And then the screen actually is very nice with the little polka dots. Oh, and sunflowers. See, I like this better than this. It just feels better just having the florals rather than the little tiny elements, but it's nice, I guess. Like, it's not my favorite. There's 2 sheets of cardstock. This is like a nice flat white cardstock that is with this. And Yeah, I really actually quite like these patterns, like this all together, even the red. This paper, it's like, what are they trying to do to me? How am I supposed to choose? Okay. We've got in here some add-on embellishments. So you get a little mixture of embellishments with your scrap room kits. This one I've got 2 sheets. They look like they're from like a sticker book. Like they look like they've pulled apart a sticker book. So depending on what assortment you get from in your kit, if you order one of their kits, then you'll get an assortment. This is like some of the fun things I got. So I really like that I got these little word strips. I love word strips. Those are one of my favorite things to use on pages. Having like these little banner type pieces, I also like. I'll tell you, these are my hardest use. Tags, I don't know why. I'm just like that person that never got it. Like I just, they're not my thing. I don't love tags. Little banners and stuff like that. Yes, yes, great. I always struggle with those. Like, honestly, that should be a challenge to myself one day. Don't make me do it today. But like tags. Anyways, some cute little embellishment pieces. And then there's some little pearlescent little kind of brad type pieces or enamel dots, but they're like on that little metal base. Bonnie says, I love this fall collection. And oh my gosh, Dawn is going through her friend's scrap room. So she is like quitting. Wow, we're gonna have to talk about that later. Like, let's not dive into it now. I'll be way too distracted, but we'll have to talk about that later, Donna. Like, wow. Amy says, I'm 100% with you on the tag thing. I struggle. I struggle. And these little baby ones, I'm like, never know what to do with those. Like, the only way I would use those is that I'm making like a little banner, right? This is how I see those and for nothing else. So yeah, maybe I just need some good lessons. Maybe I need to put that on a scrap school list for Sarah and be like, Sarah, teach me how to properly use tags, because if they're not a journaling square, and half the time when they are a journaling square, I cut the tag part off. Ah, Deborah. Okay, I have used them for that, but it's definitely not what I think of first. She says tags are great for cluster bases. Brilliant, right? Okay, so there's something in my add-on embellishment kit, right? And I got this whole package of these Cartabella chipboard pieces. And I'll tell you right off the top, like this tree, yummy. I would love to use this tree. Doesn't that like a totally like farmhouse feel? I like the little pumpkin word. I like some of these elements in here. Like, so it's not like I don't like the elements in this collection. It was just that one pattern was just like, whatever, not my thing. But you can see here, like, even if I wanted to use this paper collection, this pink picture would have been a little yikes, right? It would have been a little yikes. But once I've toned it down, it kind of blends in like between the yellows and the reds and the golds kind of colors. It's better. You know, it probably could have gone black and white, but I think it's better. So note to self, like, you know, we can fix things. It's all good. Like realistically, we can kind of make most things work for most projects, right? Why does this not want to go back in the bag? It's like, no, I'm out now. Just keep me. Okay. So that's just one. Sorry, I'll try to talk less because I want to get to the scrapping part. Maybe sepia tone would have worked. Actually, that would probably be quite lovely for this. Yeah. Barb says, tags don't bother me. It's the square elements I don't know what to do with. Right? There's something. I think most of us get there a certain type of embellishment when we get a kit and we're like, I don't know, like, what am I going to do with that? I don't know. It's not my thing. Okay, so first off in this kit, so this is Monster Mash from Echo Park. And first thing we notice is that I have the whole sheet of stickers. So I always love it when you get all the pieces, because then you get like the big long strips. You usually get some little words and stuff. And you also like have the stuff that ties together all the colors in that collection. So I like that. Okay, so that's included in the main kit. There's a very vibrant paper here. Like, I like a lot of patterns. This is quite nice. I would totally use it, but it's a lot. I like would be covering up a lot of this, but like letting some cute little guys peek out, and I think that would be cute. So, ooh, some black and orange stripe. It's very bold. It's a very bold collection. These eyeballs, oh, I love these. This is so fun. Like, look at their cute little eyeball faces. They've made them like have expressions. They're literally just eyeballs and they have expressions. And I'm like, that's talent, right? Like when a designer can be like, this is like the goofy-eyed guy, and this is like the startled guy, and there's the angry guy, and then he's looking down, and yeah, I love it. So, I'm in, ooh, and some purple plaid with a little bit of green in it. I'll tell you, Halloween colors, how did we end up where there? Like, they are insane. Like the greens, the purples, and the oranges together. It's just like, let's pick all the colors that don't really go together and put them all together. And that's what we've done with Halloween. And thankfully, we throw in a lot of black to kind of mute things down. Oh, and that pumpkin paper is really cute. There's also 2 sheets of some flat black cardstock in here. But I'll tell you, these eyeballs, that's drawing me right in. I actually quite like that. This is not what I need for my layout today, but I'm very tempted to use that eyeball paper like right off the bat. I'm gonna put it in the front. And so sometimes when I have a paper that I really like, and maybe the whole collection isn't drawing my eye as much, I'll put the one that I like in the front just to remind me, hey, there's good stuff in here. There's good stuff. Okay, let's have a look. What do I have as add-on embellishments in here? In the embellishment kit. Oh, it's enamel dots. Oh yeah, that makes sense. So I've got some matching color enamel dots in my add-on kit. So let's toss those in there. So they're where they need to be. Okay. Next up is this one. This is Fancy Pants Designs. And like, I thought they were gone like for a while. Did like we not see any Fancy Pants? It just seemed like we didn't. And then they came back. They were at Creativation a few years ago, 2020, I think. And then it was like, oh, they were back. This is like a very kind of bohemian hippie vibe type paper. It's pretty though. With the kind of that golden color, the peachy oranges and stuff, and a little bit of blush. Oh, I quite like the geometric effect on the back of the paper. We've got this one with the little floral pieces. The color palette is so muted. It's kind of, see, that's a little better. This feels really muted and it feels like, okay. Oh, I actually like this one though. Ooh, this one and this one. Oh, maybe with that. Oh, it's like lace doily kind of stuff. Isn't that cute? And then, yeah, it's not like calling to me, but I do like this paper and I like this paper quite a bit. I could make that work. And actually, I would probably like using this. It's too bad that it's not on this one because then I would have 3 sheets that I would want to use more readily. A couple sheets of textured cardstock. These ones are a little more textured. And then we've got some embellishment pieces in here too. So there's an assortment of little die cut pieces, and I've got some enamel dots as well. So I got quite a few of these pieces. It says a 1/6 of the pack of ephemera and a 1/6 of the pack of tags and cards and some enamel dots. So, oh yeah, see there's some little tags and card pieces. And then of course you got the other ones that are in there. So yeah, they've mixed up a couple of batches so that you get a nice assortment of them. I like it. I like it because like if I bought 2 packs of ephemera, like let's just be real, I wouldn't buy 2 packs of ephemera and then you buy 1 pack but then you don't have the little journaly pieces or you don't have like the little labely things. I might not like tags but I love labels. so there. It all comes out somewhere. And it's like, where in my brain did I decide that those were two really different categories, that I like one and don't like the other? I don't know. We won't examine that. Okay, so those little pieces. And then to go with this, oh, I think it's these letters. Oh, the foam stickers. So half a pack of foam stickers to go with that collection. Well, these might get separated from this collection. Let's be real. I love these a lot. Are they black? They almost had a brownish look to them, but no, I think they're black. So I've got the words happy today, happiness, love, fun, and fun day. I just did a page last night where I needed the word happiest, but not happiness. So I was like, oh, so close to what I needed last night for my page. But it was good. It all worked out. Actually, it worked out so good. I should show you guys after. And then finally, we have the last one that's in here. This one is from Photoplay. This is like a totally different vibe. We've got, this doesn't feel so fall. Well, it kind of has like fall-esque. It could be spring-esque though, right? It's like, it has this nice feel to it. So it's called Freshly Picked or Fresh Picked. Oh, maybe Fresh Picked 2. Looks like it's Fresh Picked 2. Nice. I actually quite like this lemon paper with the green. Oh, and I also really like this textured paper. Like, that's a nice, like, B-side paper. Lovely. Yeah, Donna said, I think I saw an eyes page a long time ago. Like, they come out in Halloween. And I've been thinking of other places that they apply. I like this. I like this golden color of this paper with the little flowers. Oh, I really quite like these. So the dots are quite round, but not perfectly round. And they all feel like they've been painted on. Isn't that nice? I'm a fan. I like it. It has a very painterly effect to it. And, like, I like pulling out my watercolors, but also, sometimes I'm not pulling out my watercolors. And sometimes if I tried to recreate this paper, they would not be this roundish, and there would be a lot more little blotchy sections. Let's be real. And then this green one is just nice. This one has all kinds of baking stuff. Okay, I didn't know that this was going there in that direction. That's funny. Okay, so we got like lemons, and then we have baking stuff. So Fresh Picked must be, anyways, it's really pretty. I like the collection. They've given me 2 sheets of a green textured kind of cardstock. It's flat on the other side though, so that's nice. I like having the choice of using the textured or not. Yeah, this is good. I like that. And then included in this kit, I have embellishments. Oh, it's like a whole little surprise pack. So we've got in here some lemony yellow sparkly bits. Ooh, yeah, see, pretty. And then a couple of doilies. And then there are some little pieces. And then another. I got the chicken piece. Do you think they did that on purpose? Do you think they did that on purpose? Like, that was lovely. Oh, Jackie, a super good point. She says this collection has the greens for today's load page, because I think the technique was to use like a hunter kind of green. It does have that. It does have that. I was leaning towards that fall thing. Oh, and now this one has a chicken. And I was like, did they give me the chicken piece on purpose? But look in here. This is on the add-on embellishments. There's a chicken on that too. Yeah, I'm a bit of a crazy chicken lady. It says, what's for dinner? Comfort foods. There's a little cute thing with bees, and then recipes. Okay, now I just have a question for you. You can let me know here in the comments. Have you discovered the bee TikTok or Reels or YouTube videos? Have you fallen into the land of the bees when it comes to your social media? Because I don't know how it happened. But somehow I clicked on some bee stuff sometime, or it showed me a bee thing. And then now it shows me all the bee things, and I must keep liking them because it keeps showing me more. And there is one lady, and she just has like this super calm tone. Like she should do meditation videos. Like honestly, like I guess you need to be really calm when you work with bees or something, but she should do meditation videos, and she just goes into places and she takes bees out of places where they're not supposed to be and rescues the bees to save the bees. And she always ends her little videos, just another great day to save the bees. And it's just so adorable. Oh my gosh. Okay, and here's the final piece. This is the last little bit. This is what we got. We got this full-on sticker sheet to go with this. And we've got farm fresh eggs. Yay. Uh, and we got the chicken. We've got leftovers are for quitters. Leftovers are like the best food in the fridge because you don't have to cook. So anybody that struggles with leftovers, it's just like mindset shift, man. Like if you don't have to cook, what's for so like lots of like little food cooking things: rosemary, thyme, sage. We've got some things. Yum, more please. There's like a little almost like a doily edge little banner piece. Yeah, very nice. I like it. I wasn't expecting the whole cooking element to this, but it's a surprise, it's there. Okay, so what do we think on here? I was thinking of using the fall stuff, but maybe this is better with the greens and the yellows. Or do we go with the fall stuff? I'm so undecided now. Oh, I do have this one with the pink. And I think it has green in it. Oh, well, it's not like a hunter green. It's a little bit more of a tealy green. But that would match with my shirt pretty much. And we've got some good words to use. Okay, so I didn't think I was going to go with this one, but I'm really leaning in that direction now. Feel free to like be like, no, don't do that. You're making a mistake. Let me know. You would love the store Tractor Supply. Yeah, we don't have that here. I would love that store. I know that in the spring they get the little baby chicks in there. we don't like the places around here that would have stuff like that, they end up right. I think I should use the pink. Okay, the pink with the teal. Jabber says yeah, Bonnie says yeah. Okay, we're gonna do it. It's good. Okay, so yeah, the stores around here, like you have to custom order chickens and they can send them. You can actually get them in the mail, which is the most hilarious thing. I think it works in the States too, where you can actually have chickens that like little baby, little golden little chickies sent to you in the mail. So funny. And yeah, just such an interesting thing with all. Can you just imagine like working in the post office and you're like, oh, here comes the papers. I'd be like, I have to be able to open them and see what's inside. Joke. Speaking of leftovers, husband asked the wife, what's for dinner? She said nothing. He said that we had that last night. She said, I know, I made enough for 2 nights. I think it, Barb, thank you. I made enough for 2 nights. That sounds like the kind of thing that my husband would hear from me sometimes, actually. I'm like, somebody's like, that was a joke, except, you know, that was my real life. Okay, so, you know, I get these lovely cooking papers and embellishments, and I'm like, oh, so my life. I made a cake the other day, and I made it from a recipe. I really did. So this would have been like totally appropriate. I had my KitchenAid out, all the things. So I look up a recipe. I wanted to make a bundt cake. And instead of going online, I went to the Joy of Cooking cookbook because it's like a Bible for cooking people, right? Like it has everything. It literally, it'll teach you how to cut up an animal if you need to know. It has like everything about cooking, right? So The Joy of Cooking comes out, and I find this cake, and it's supposed to be made in a tube pan, and tube pans can be like angel food or bun cake pans. So now we know. And yeah, so I'm making this cake, and I picked this cake, and it's called it a chocolate spice cake with citron. I'm like, well, that sounds interesting. Chocolate spice sounds good. And nothing in my brain said, but putting citron in it sounds a little weird. Nothing in my brain had a clue that that might not be a good thing. So, just so you know, instincts are already at like low base level. So I make this cake, and it wants grated chocolate, but I only have chocolate chips, and I didn't think about my little chopper that I have for chopping them. I tried putting in my food processor, bit of a disaster. That did not go well. They did not chop up the way they were supposed to. So I'm like, I'm sure if there's more like a chocolate chip kind of layer to it, it's going to be fine. Because, I'm so good at cooking that like I'm sure my instincts are just leading me in the right direction. Right. Yeah. So then I get the cake all put together. I add my citron. I've got this like kind of like marmalade jam stuff, and it kind of talked about like a candied lemon stuff or something. You could use that, or you could grate some lemon stuff, like whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll use some of that marmalade stuff. And then I bake the cake, and I make sure everything is set right. I even set the timer like a good 10 minutes early, because I'm like, well, you got to check on this, make sure it's going good. The top of the cake looks beautiful, like totally beautiful. I poke my little toothpick in, it comes out clean, and I'm like, it's already clean. Okay, well, okay, it says it's clean. I'll take it out of the pan, let it cool there for a little while so that settles or does whatever it needs to do when you let the pan sit for a few minutes. And then I go to flop it out, and the thing goes thud. I would do it on the counter, but I would scare y'all to death, like, especially if you have headphones on. And it goes thud like a brick falling out of this fluted pan. So good news, it didn't stick to the pan. So there's that. I had, like made sure that I had, like greased the pan and floured it. So I did all the things, but it thudded out of the pan like a brick. Like it looked all nice on the top. Like before I flipped it out, it was lovely. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, this cake is burnt. This cake is burnt. And it thudded out. And like you could tell just from touching it, like there was no pressure on the, like you couldn't press into it, the cake. It was like touching a brick on the outside too. So yeah, so that happened. And I'm like, well, maybe it'll just be a little better once it sits for a minute. Epic fails with Bonnie. Well, yeah. So I recently learned how to make some excellent chocolate icing. And I'm like, chocolate icing fixes everything, right? I'm sure this will be fine if I put some chocolate icing on it. So I make my excellent chocolate icing, and that part was 100. Like I got full grades. The icing was good. Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to save that cake. So I was finally able to put the icing onto the cake once it had cooled. And like, yeah, like there is no pressing into that cake. The outside part of the cake was so overcooked. And like, I double checked to make sure, like, what did I do wrong? Did I set the oven too hot? No. Did I have a pan that was the wrong color? No. Did I like, I have no idea. But I do have one thing. And now, does anybody else here have a convection oven that even when you don't turn it on bake, that the fan runs intermittently? Because that's what our oven does. And so, not thinking about that, I had my cake, because when you're making cakes, right, you don't usually use convect because you don't you want your cake to like rise properly and take its time and do the stuff, right? Yeah. Even when I think I know what I'm doing, and then I try the inside of the cake that wasn't like all crunchy, like literally crunchy. I made a crunch cake. I'm like, the citron in this makes it taste horrible. Like the spice part, yummy. The other stuff, all yummy. Oh, I've got my hand up. How did I do that? Very good at this. But yeah, so many parts, super good. That part, not good at all. Like at all. Okay, so I just remembered I had brought something out and put it on my desk because this picture and the quote that I'm going to be using that my son said, he said to me the one day, he's like, "What's Cat's Cradle?" We mentioned it. And I'm like, how do you not know what Cat's Cradle is? I'm like, were you able to cut it? I used a serrated bread knife, Deborah. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I cut the cake. I ate the little piece in the middle that wasn't like crisped out dried. You know, when you cook toast and you don't preheat the toaster and your toast turns into like this hard, crunchy thing all the way through. That's how like the outside, at least quarter inch of this cake was, like maybe more than a quarter inch, closer to half an inch even. Like it was a lot. It was bad. It was just so bad. I went back, I read all the directions, and apparently I don't know what I did wrong because something was wrong. Okay, this will work. I'm gonna mat this on here. I think that's kind of cute. It's not too bright. I want to do like some of this as well. I'm gonna mostly see this color. I like that. But I was thinking that I might do like a little bit of a stitch technique. Now, we're going to call it big stitching and then we'll go there because y'all know that I do not like to sew. That's not my thing. But I think I'd like to do kind of a stitch technique. I don't know if I have a needle thing for doing this. Oh, I've got like a stabber. It's okay. We're good. So I was thinking of using some of this and like doing a little bit of just like zigzaggy, stitchy kind of stuff in the background since we're doing this, but maybe I'll use the light colored stuff instead of the Baker's twine. So let's have a look at how I'm gonna lay this out. Maybe I'll just do a strip. Yeah, and then I'll do like a zigzaggy at the bottom. Yeah, okay, I think I'll do that. I'm gonna trim off, let's see, about 4 inches. Okay, there we go. I make fake pen stitches, right? That's been my trick, Marcia. Like that white gel pen trick of doing that is brilliant. And if you want it to look even more, what I like to do is I like to draw my lines and then go through and go stab, 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 and like stab some little holes in it, and it looks like good stitching. Which would be better than like the stitching I would probably do, right? Convection cooks faster than regular ovens. And so I'm technically not using, I just put it on bake, not convect bake, but I heard the fan come on and I'm like, it shouldn't be on at all. So maybe my oven's just broken. So but that cake was a massive fail. Like, oh, so bad. But turns out my chickens thought it was delicious. Because that's all it was fit for, you guys. It was only fit for the chickens. Okay, so this is gonna go up here. The picture will be on here somewhere. I will mat it on that. And oh, I think I could probably save a little piece of this. I might want a little bit of, oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna want some of this. So I'm gonna do a quick little measurement here so I can cut out behind this panel here. But I think I'll do a little stitching down here. Would that look nice if I do a little zigzaggy little stitch stuff with some stuff? Oh, okay, we're going for it. Okay, let's see. we got to take so we're going to go in an inch on those 3 sides, and this other one is we're going to go to 8 inches. Okay. So we're going to go an inch, and then we're going to go to 8 inches, I said. Let's put this out. Just make sure that it looks right, that I'm going to actually be covering. Yes, okay. Double check. Otherwise, it's like, so you know how carpenters have that rule, measure twice and cut once? Turns out scrapbookers should use that too. No, I think we're good. We did good. Let's make it simple. And cut this piece out, because then I just have that extra little piece, and that can be really fun for making my layers, right? Now we have this extra little bit. You'll never know because this is just in the background. Oh, it's so cute. See, I could even layer it like this way if I needed to. It's gonna go in here, but that's okay. But we'll work on the stitching, I think, next before I get too many other things committed on here. I want to stick that down then. Oh, yikes. Don't spill. Be a disaster. Epic save for the chickens, right? Like, I didn't intend to bake a cake for my chickens, but I did. Oh, and see, I could wrap my photo with some baker's twine if there's room at the bottom. Yeah, I don't think there will be a bunch of room. It's quite a tight shot already, and I might be able to bit a little bit. I might be able to put a little bit. Thank you. I love it. When you guys are like watching my stuff, you're like, hey, here's a good idea, Alice. You should do this. And I'm like, thanks. This is like community scrapbook now. I'm all for it. Yes, but my son, who actually shockingly knows tons of like references to all kinds of things that I would not expect him to know. You know, he'll know obscure references to movies from the 80s and 90s. I'm like, how do you know that? Like, I lived that, but how do you know that? Like, there is no reason for you to know that. And yeah, he knows all these things, but he didn't know what cat's cradle was. So we grabbed a piece of string and I taught him how to play cat's cradle. And you know, maybe I was just always terrible at it, but it seemed like once in a while you'd put things around the wrong way and you get to a point where you're like, it's kind of stuck. But if you pull like this little piece and you untangle that little piece, then you can get it to work again. But like, yeah. Anyways, I taught him what I know about Cat's Cradle, which wasn't that much, but we played, and it was really funny because like, when's the last time? Okay. Anybody know when the last time was that you played Cat's Cradle? For me, it was a while ago. Like, I'm pretty sure I was a kid when I played Cat's Cradle last, so yeah. And somehow that never came up with my boys, I guess, when they were young. It's not something I ever thought about. Not that I wouldn't have done it with them, but yeah, as you can see, I just taught him as an adult. And then I'm thinking about all of the other different things that we played as a kid that maybe, I don't know. Oh, okay. So Donna says, I don't remember how to make it. And Deborah says she doesn't know Cat's Cradle. Like, you need a good long piece of string and you need to have 2 people. Like, that's definitely a go. But you end up threading your string over your fingers. I don't know if this will even work. you end up threading your string. You make a loop kind of like this. So you have a loop of it. And then you thread it over your fingers in a way. And then you thread it over the middle part or something. And I'm doing it wrong. I it did when I had the proper loop. Oh yeah, you loop it like this and then you thread through like the middle finger there and you kind of create this little crossover section. So ignore the little ball of thread because I didn't make a proper loop, but you make this little crossover section like this. So you got like these little X's. Yeah, and then you kind of grab the center of the X's and you fold them over and do all these little moves to transfer it from one person to the next. And yeah, it was just really funny to try it again, right? Like I haven't seen that since I was a kid. But yeah, it was funny and we had a good laugh about it, that's for sure. So okay, I think I'm gonna start from the corner. And oh, I know what I should pull out here. Do this. I have this little ruler. Oh, gotta put it closer to me. I need another foamy pad. So, yes, I do keep multiple stabby things. It turns out I leave them on my desk. I try to be really careful to always leave the stabby things poked into something because danger. Yeah, look on YouTube. So Debbie's probably the most recent. She says, I just played in a work meeting with my friend because the meeting was boring. Love it. I love it. Okay, what am I gonna do? I don't want to do too many stitches. So let's make these kind of far apart. There we go. Right, if we go up and over, we do maybe 1.5 inches. Will that work out with my math? What if I did 2 inches? That looks like it'd be too wide. Yeah. No, it'll be fine. We'll go 2 inches because, realistically, Alice doesn't want to be doing too much stitching. So we want stitching effect. We don't want to sit here stitching all day. So that's what we'll do. We'll go every 2-ish inches. I'm gonna have to cheat a little on the ends a little, right? And somebody would be like, what? Your math is way off. And I'll be like, it's okay. And then we need the other holes. And I'm just gonna like eyeball in between these. The fact that I'm doing it is gonna make me so proud. The execution of me doing it is probably gonna drive somebody crazy when they're like, Alice, that is not the best way. But like, I think that part will be obvious. Okay, need a long enough piece in this somewhat tangly mess. Is that going to be long enough to stitch back and forth? 1, 2, 3. I think that would be enough. Okay. I think I need to pour these bills just a little bigger for me. So yeah, interesting things to kind of revisit that childhood, right? And think about the games you played, and some of it. I did a page a few years ago, and we had a family reunion, so all my cousins got together. Pick up sticks, I love it. We did a family reunion, so all the cousins got together, and at the reunion, we my mom brought out some sacks, and we we did sack races. Well, I think my brother permanently injured his knee because he ended up crashing on the ground. But, we had the best time. We felt bad like when he hurt himself because at first you don't realize how much he hurt himself. And but yeah, we did the sack races. We did everybody versus everybody, and then we did girls versus girls, and then we did girls versus oh, what am I doing? I'm not very good at stitching stuff, I think. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and forth on the stitching to get the look that I want. Huh. Thoughts about stitching. My thinking is like, I shouldn't have started this. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll just do the first one and then I'll just go back and do a second row because otherwise I'm going to be like threading stuff through forever, and I'll just do one row and then I'll do the next row. Feel like a stitching pro by the end of this. I picked up stuff that's like some kind of, it's not waxy flax. I will tell you, Close to My Heart used to have this stuff called waxy flax, and it was kind of like waxed dental string, but it came in different colors. And I'll tell you, like that stuff was amazing because you could do stitching without using needles. That could be part of my hang up. But I just made these holes big, and this isn't the waxy flax, but it's some kind of like hemp twine or something that they had. And from Close to My Heart, it's like years ago old, years ago, but it's quite firm on the ends, so I can push it through the holes since I bored them a little bit big. Yeah. But yeah, the sack races was literally delightful. Like we had such a good time. Turns out that we're even more competitive as grown-ups than we were as kids. But I had pictures of us as kids doing the same thing. So we did like these adult sack races, but I was able to scrapbook a picture of us as kids doing a sack race together, and it was fantastic. It was just amazing. So okay, and what do I want? Oh, do I want these to cross over and go like that? What do I want? Up and down and make like little V's. What was I envisioning in my head when I started this? Floss threaders work well. Sharon says, I don't sew, but I'm a stitching a prayer junk. She's stitching a prayer junk journal together. So there's so many good things that we can do with stitching if you're not averse to actually trying it. Okay, do I want to have them going across? I don't really want to. I just want to have them, I think I'm going to do like more like a crisscross kind of thing. It's not going to work very good because I offset all the things. Okay, I'll just go back up. Okay. Okay, let's do this side. Okay. Ooh, I don't have quite enough that's untangled. Torture. I thought I had enough that was untangled. This be an exercise in pain and suffering. Oh, there we go. It wasn't severely tangled. Right. So I'm just gonna thread it through, I think. No, I'll just work from the other end and bring it back. Yeah, so this has been a lot of fun. Last night we had a Scrap Happy Together session, and I was talking about our, like, we just had Thanksgiving weekend, so we had 3 different dinners for Thanksgiving. We were with my family, and then we were with my husband's family, and then we went and we hung out with my husband's one brother because he couldn't be at the family event the day before. So in the end, it was quite delicious. It worked out really well. Oh, here, I didn't look at the camera. Sometimes that answers a good question for me as to what I want it to look like. Okay, this goes up here, and then I went, it's gonna go underneath, and then I could go over to here, and then I could cross it over to there or something. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, well, that's been decided. That part's obvious. All right, this might be more challenging. As long as I can make the front look pretty, like it won't matter what the back looks like, right? That's, we only look at the front, just cover it up. Right? As long as I can make one side look pretty. Okay, let's get this. I just stick those there. My tool. Yeah, so this is an interesting thing, sewing on camera. Um, let's entertain you with stories. So the story I told last night was how we had made plans to have pumpkin pie. So I'll share that story. If you heard it last night, well, sorry, you're here again today. I only have so many stories, but so we made this plan to have pumpkin pie, and we quite like the Costco one. So if you're like, no, that's like totally not okay, Alice, that's like terrible for pies, I'm sorry. You've heard my cake baking story. You'll understand why we buy the pie. Okay. So now you know. But yeah, so we my brother's like, okay, he lives in the city, so it was his job to pick up the pie. All good. He confirmed he got it. In fact, he bought 2. I'm like, wow, we're really gonna have pie this year. Sounds great. We're on it. So then everything seems like it's great. We all get to my mom and dad's, and it's my brother shows up. We're ready for, you know, dinner and all the things, and he's like, yeah, so there's a problem. We're like, what? He's like, we left the pies at home. So yeah, there's 2 people at his house, and apparently they're each gonna have their own pie, pumpkin pie, when they get back from all their holiday. Because yeah, oops. I forgot to bring the pie. It's like we were in and out of the house with all the things, and the pie just didn't make it. We forgot to go back to the fridge. But Derek did make a pumpkin roll, and they brought that. So we ended up having pumpkin roll, and his pumpkin roll is delicious. So, all was forgiven. And I had made sure I brought the whipped cream. I said, okay, I'm on the whipped cream committee. I was bringing the whipped cream. I can make that without messing it up. Put another color over it. Doesn't think it's gonna work. No, it's looking good. I'm happy. Like this is working. I've got like a little zigzaggy thing happening here, and we'll just go up and it'll come over to here. Now that I've got it rolling, we'll just do a little zigzag, and it's got like string on it and I threaded it, and that's gonna be like the accomplishment of a lifetime for this page. I feel like. And a good reminder that like sewing is not my thing. So like I think we're this page is all kinds of wins. All kinds of wins. And a reminder to stick in your lane and don't try to do sewing things, but it's okay. It actually looks like way better than I thought it might. So I'm already like quite thrilled actually. Oh, this was looking a little scary for a bit. Okay. Let's there, I've got it tight enough without being too tight because I don't want to like drag the holes open. It's not like I punched it and used eyelets or something like that. That would have been old school. That would have been like way old school, right? Should we do that one time? We should be like, we're doing scrapbooking like it's 2002. Everybody get your hammers. We'll all get our hammers out, and we'll bring out our eyelets that are in the back of our stash, and we'll start. It'll be hammer time. Scrapbooking like it's 2002. Oh my goodness. Was anybody not here for scrapbooking back in 2002? Bonnie was, she says. It's looking great. Don't give up. She says, eyelets. I still have some. If you were scrapbooking back then, you probably still have some, unless you're like a really good at decluttering and destashing your stuff. I am not, so here we go. I think I only have like one or two of these left, and then like we call this a success, right? Okay. Oh, like look at how cute it has, like this effect. I think I can maybe like try to tighten it up just a little, but I actually won. I won the stitching game. I won the stitching game, you guys. I take this as a win. So, could it have looked differently? Sure. But I'll tighten it up, and I think it'll be good once we like just, because if I go to the end here, everything after this point be tightened, right? Through here, and this one comes to there. Oh, these are crossed over a little bit in the background, but yeah, as I tighten them, I think it'll be all good. Okay, and then we tighten the other row. And if I have to, I can just tighten them to the back and tape them down. Like if I've got like stuff that I can't figure out how to tighten up properly, I can just pull it through to the back and just tape it down. So like you know, it's good. Right? That might be like the biggest win for me is typing it. There. Got that one to come through. So not too bad. Definitely better than, better than I thought it was going to turn out in the middle. So in the middle, this did not look very promising, but in the end, not too bad. See the back here, you can see where I've got still a few that are a little loose, but I'll just like tape along all of the things and make sure that it's tight on the front, and you'll never know because who looks at the back? There we go. Bonnie says epic stitching win. I'll take the win. I'm gonna take a W on this one. Yep, there we go. Take the win. Okay. Let's cut that off. Even the back kind of looks interesting. It's too patterny, but you know, not too bad. Okay. Lovely. So I survived. We all survived. And now it's really cute. Okay, so we've got a picture. I matted it with this, but we happened to save this lovely piece. I don't know that I need any more pattern on this. This is actually sad now that I have this piece that I cut out. But maybe I just don't think I'm gonna want anything else. Like, I don't think so. What do I want more of this matted on here? Like just like a little extra mat, maybe. Let's try without first and see how that looks. So stick this down. And then we do have some embellishments. So let's have a pull out of the embellishments. And then we'll do the draw. How about that? Sometimes I just need like to marinate on the ideas for a little bit. Is that enough division between those? I think so. I think that's okay. Got that. And the embellishments are, oh, we've got these ones, and then we've got these wonderful letters. And I think I probably have some kind of little letters. I know I saw something yesterday that kind of matched this color. And if I could do his little quote with that, I think that would be good, right? Somebody says double matte. Bonnie says double matte. Anybody else? Should I double matte it with this dark color again? Like with this one? Bring some more of that in there. It might be better, right? So the quote part is going to say that like what is Cat's Cradle, right? Like, what's Cat's Cradle? And I think I'll use like, oh, I could use the Fun Day. I would never use that any other place, but like this might actually work. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we'll look at doing that. But I have lots of little pieces. Oh, there is a tag. There's some labels and tags and little leafy bits. So if I used the right, I think it'd be better matted. Okay. Whoever said that, you win. Right? Bonnie's like, I'm thinking of this song. I know, and it wasn't even that song. Like that was our focus for today. Right, we were doing, who was the focus for today? I have to like look. If somebody else knows, go ahead and type it in here. But it came about just the way our prompt writer, it was Lita Ford and the Runaways. So like totally not what you think, but it kind of came about through our prompt writer, Kim, and she had this connection to this song through her kids. And then there was a line in the song, like they knew all the words to the song, and there was a line in the song that that she was talking about that was a little risque, if you know this song. I would have to look at the prompt again here. And it was just really funny because she shares the story about her kids knowing the words to the song, and they were like 7 and 9. And if you want to look up the words to that song, it's like, oh. uh, uh, yeah, I think Kiss Me Deadly was the song from Lita Ford. So she talks about it in an interview from the Runaways. So anyways, I had that all linked in our prompt today. And yeah. But I thought it was fun. Like we normally draw like the prompt kind of straight out of that person or like their songs or something, but this kind of came from like Kim's memory of it, and I thought that was hilarious too. I was like, oh, there's so many ways that we can draw like our inspiration. Okay. And then I want to add a few little pieces around it, have a little space for some journaling. Actually, I think I'll pop my journaling in a tag. So there you go. I do use tags, you guys, but only for journaling. there we go. Tags only for journaling. I wouldn't want to write on that, and I wouldn't want to write on that. So what else do I have just sitting on my desk? I would write on this. Okay, I'm gonna pop this up, and then I'm gonna put a pocket in behind for some journaling. That might work. And then I'll have room. I want to do like a little bit of a title. I won't do it up here because I was thinking there, but I'll do a little title, and then I'll have the little quote right here. So quotes, letters. I saw some letters. A whole bunch of letters on this. Oh, there. These are like the perfect color to go with this. I think these were from a Pink Fresh kit that I had the 1 month, but yeah, I know, let's sing the song, says Donna. No, I'm not singing on here. Although I've been learning how to play the guitar. And when you learn to play the guitar, like generally you're gonna probably sing along with it at some point. So I've learned a couple of songs, and right now I've been learning not the Cat's Cradle. Oh my gosh, now that's in my head. It's like I've been learning The Horse with No Name. They say, oh, this one's easy. Well, I'm learning this really funky strum pattern so that it really sounds like the song when you're strumming it, because the song only has 2 chords. So you're playing this chord, you're playing that chord, this chord, that chord. Like it's not like a huge change, but so you really gotta like get that good strumming pattern. So I found the strumming pattern. This teacher online, she was showing you this. As soon as I'm doing the strumming pattern, as soon as I try to sing, all falls apart. I'm like doing so good. I'm like, oh, look at, I'm rocking on the guitar with this song. It's totally going good. Blah, blah, blah. Words come out. Just disaster. The strumming is a mess. So yeah, that keeps happening. I think no, I like all of these words. I'm like, I don't know if I would say fun day. I don't think I would. So I've got like happiness, I've got like love. Actually, I feel a little inclined for today because it kind of fits with the story. It was like, how old were you when you learned this thing? I was today years old. I'll use that in my journaling. I was today years old, and then I'll tie the today in. Okay, so pocket first. Let's make the pocket really simple. I just do 3 sides of foam tape. Once I find my scissors. Okay, this is the top. I've got the top down at the bottom right now. It's okay. And then we'll make a little tag pocket for this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we pumpkin pie. Turns out I didn't completely miss out on pumpkin pie. I was able to have pumpkin pie at my mother-in-law's the next day, and then again at my one brother-in-law's the day after that. Donna says, when I tried to learn to play the guitar, the song was American Pie. Right? So actually the first song I learned is Heart of Gold by Neil Young. So that was my first song. And my next song, anybody from the 90s? Patty might appreciate this. The Cranberry song Zombie. I've learned that one. It has the same chords, just in a different order. And if somebody else knows that song, it's all good. It's just that if you were in the 90s, I don't think you could have escaped hearing that song. Like, you grew up with that song. Okay, I'm gonna leave enough space here because I think I'm gonna put some of the leafy bits, because I've got like leafy bits here and I've got leafy bits there. And so I think I want to put some little leafy bits on the side, and then I'll do a little title. What is Cat's Cradle? But I'm going to have the word today at the top and then do that. Okay, good. So let's stick this down. Oh, do I want to measure this first? It's almost the right size. Okay, let's cut this in half. And then I can figure out what to do with the top of it, but I need to trim a little bit off this side. So there's my, bring it over. I always want to cram it in here, and then I can't tuck the things on the side. Yeah. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Bonnie's singing now. You've got a song stuck in her head. Yeah. And Kathy says she bought a ukulele to learn how to play, but she hasn't done it yet. Do it, do it, do it. Oh my gosh, I'm having the best time with it. Okay, so I will confess, the first week I was not having the best time with it because my fingers, so much pain. Why does it have to hurt so much? Like, I've played piano for years. I'm not that good, but you know, when you, at least when you play, it's not painful. Like, I think if I had taken this up, like a guitar up as a kid, I don't know if I would have made it past that point. I was not like, I will suffer through the pain. Like, as an adult, I understand I have a bigger goal, but getting through that, oh, so not nice. Okay. Actually, this color was perfect. This is leftovers on my desk, and that's working out great. So that's gonna become my tag for that, but it's just a placeholder now. So I'm gonna add my word today because I've decided that's gonna be like my title. I want it to be partly on this, I think, because I think I really like that effect, which means I actually have to pop up some of these letters, which is going to be a little bit torturous. So how about if we do our draw so that it's not so torturous? How about that? We'll do our draw first. And I'm bringing up a random number generator. Oh, 27 in the house today. So you got good odds because that means one of them is me. So 20 out of 26 today. Random number generator out of 26. And let's hit the generate button. What's it say? Oh, I'm like showing the wrong camera. It says 2. I couldn't even see it. So super easy to count. Barb Krisman, you are number 2 on my list here. So that means that you are so congratulations. I'm going to write your name on my sheet for starters, and then I'm going to give you a little message and you can send me the email.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and so I'll just put this in the chat here. So please send me this email. If you do it right away, then I will try to send it right over to the scrap room because they very kindly donate the prize kits for us. I buy my kit. I'm like so happy to buy them because I love them so much. And yeah, and then they hook us up with the prizes to give away every month, and I'm like, that's so generous, like, of them to do that. But their kits are amazing, and they're quite reasonably priced for all of the stuff that you get, because you always get those added embellishments, right? And so it just makes it really, really good. I have to turn my little focus thing back on. You'll see that on the screen, I think. There you go. But yeah, I love to use the kits. They're so good to work with. And yeah, Rochelle, like, she's been just fantastic. And the way they put the kits together, like you saw, like they're they're predictable. Like, you know what you're getting. She says, "My day is made." I love it. Like, my day is made. And yeah, we the kits are predictable, right? Like, you get your 3 sheets of pattern paper, you get 2 sheets of cardstock so that you have some cardstock to work with that matches with what you're doing. If you want to make a double page spread, you have enough stuff to do 2 pages. And yeah, it's just awesome. Like, just so well curated, right? The kits are just so well curated. Okay, this is like torture sticking little things on. Can you tell I don't like little tedious things? Sewing, sticking little bits on. I'm willing to do it for the sake of like getting the effect, but like still torture. Yeah. Okay, one more. Then we'll be good to go. Oh, I made that one really thick. Impatient. So there we go. Now I just have to peel all the dumb little ends off. Ah, okay. We're doing good. But email address is sent to me. Perfect. And I will send that on to the scrap room so that you will get your kit. If you want the add-on embellishment kit, then you can like let the scrap room know, and I think they can usually like hook you up with one of those, like, for, I think what are the add-on embellishments are, I don't know, they used to be $12, like, I think when I signed up. Like, I don't know if the prices have changed at all, but like the add-on embellishments were not very expensive to add on the extra pieces. I like them because it's like, oh, just more fun stuff to play with, right? And they're already shipping me my kit. Being in Canada, that's always like the worst part of anything is the shipping, getting things shipped to you. Once you've made that commitment to have something shipped to you, it's like, well, let's make the most of this. Okay. Now, hopefully I have enough of these letters. I should write my title down. This doesn't have any like question marks, which is sad. I really like to use stuff like that. There's only one W. We've got one H. We got 1, 2, 3 A's. I have that. I've got 2 C's. I think I'll have all of, how many E's? Oh, I only need 1 E. Oh, and I've got lots. So I think I have all the letters I need. Sharon says she has to leave. She has another meeting. I'm so glad that you were here today, Sharon. Nice to see you. I was glad that I finally got my draw done so she didn't miss it. I just looked up at the time and I was like, oh wow, I've been talking a lot today. When sewing took a while. Let's be real. Sewing took a while. But it turned out cute. I'm like, Judy says, I'm able to watch and hear you all, but the computer doesn't have a microphone or a camera. You're here. I will read your comments. So I will make sure that you are included. I do read the comments. Okay, so let's stick some words in there. I'm going to put the first little word right underneath the today and get this on here. Oh, is that a W or an M? Sometimes they're the same thing and sometimes they're different. I will say that most of the time I don't love alphas that have different colors, but these ones are actually only a little bit different. Like it's like this monochromatic kind of color shade. So I didn't mind this one, but a lot of times when you get like little letters that all come with different colors, I'm like, no thanks, that's not my thing. So just curious, is that something that bugs you when you're scrapbooking too? Because it like really is not something I like working with. Oh, tell you, some people are so good at using tweezers, and I, for whatever reason, have not really done that skill. I have some here. Maybe I should try. And would it make this easier for me? Maybe. No. I tell you. Another thing I don't really like, letters that are too little. But all good. Yeah, but these came in one of the other kits, and so yeah, I love some of the leftover pieces that I have too. I actually do quite like these letters. I would even consider ordering these ones again because they've been fairly easy to use. I've put them on a couple pages. So let me know. Have you ordered a kit recently from somewhere? And if you have, what is your struggle? Like, what are the hard things for you in a kit? Like I told you, like tags are often like what do I do with this thing kind of thing for me. But what's your thing? What's the that one's gonna be the last thing left in the kit. What's the battle? Like I love like the crazy pattern papers. Actually, the fact that I didn't use this one today is almost a little shocking. Was anybody shocked that I didn't use this one today? I was because I love that. I'm actually tempted, like maybe I'll like put it on the back of my tag, and that way when I pull the tag out I can enjoy it a little bit. I might do that still. We'll see. If I come up with an idea using this other paper, like using the leftovers, then I do have enough of that to make an impact. If I bring in maybe a piece of this color cardstock or something, it would be good. So funny. Okay, nobody said anything. You can turn your mics on if that's easier. And let me know. Please remember, these are shared on my YouTube channel, so they are public on our YouTube channel for any sharing that you do here today. That's not high enough. Good idea to put it on the back. Sometimes, like, you know, when you have like those really nice pattern papers and you just want to hoard them, and so you never ever use them and never ever put them on your page, because after a while you finally admit to yourself, you're like, I am just hoarding this. Like that's just all I'm doing with it. You know how sometimes you have like the back of a page, like say you did one of those pocket pages with all the little pockets, and then you have like nothing to put on the back side because that's like you only needed one side of pockets. Like you cut up your prettiest little pattern paper and put that on the back. That's what you do. You just fill it in and be like, now I can hoard it in my album. Like I've done that a few times now, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good use. That paper is beautiful. That paper is gorgeous. What is Cat's Cradle? Oh, I'm not centering this. Is that what I was doing? Oh, Alice, what are you doing? I don't want to have to restick these tiny little letters. I really don't want them to fall off. That would be torture. Okay, so so question, where, like, if someone here is scrapbooking their load layout, would you like to share? Is there, like, what topic did you kind of like, what direction did you take the prompt today? Did you do the prompt today? Did you use the color prompt? Like, today was a color prompt, like forest, mossy, some kind of green. It was using green. Let's see, green for a forest look. Oh, so I thought it was like forest green, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I used forest green. We'll call this tealy green like a win, right? I'd say that. Oh my gosh, these are torture. Okay, somebody has their mic on. You might not know that you have it on, but you do. I can look in a sec. I didn't hear you talking, but I heard you breathing or something. So sometimes you don't know. It's like, oh, your mic's on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What? Oh, I shouldn't have moved it over. Now it just looks wrong. What am I doing? Some days are like that. Some days you wake up and you don't have hot water. Right? I did not space this out right, and it's gonna drive me insane. Part of my issue with my guitar fingers is like the fingertips are just constantly like numbed out too, and like grabbing things feels so weird. Yesterday when I was doing my page, I was working with, do you guys ever use this? It's the liquid glass from Close to My Heart. Well, I always get it like stuck and it won't come out of the little thing. So then I've tried this little thing and you put a cap on it and then that thing gets stuck and then I'm totally lost. So now I just open it up and pour a puddle onto a scrap piece of paper and I use it with a Q-tip and then I'm good, right? So this is my workaround for using that glue. But it is like super glue. Like, it's not super glue, but it practically is super glue. So when you get it on your fingers, it likes to stay. And let's just say, if I'm using glue, it's probably on my fingers, right? Like, the people that don't get glue on their fingers, you have magical abilities. Like, bottle that up and sell it, okay? Because like, that's just something that normal people don't have. Welcome to my life. Anyways, so I used that glue, got it on my fingertip, the one that's like the most damaged from my guitar playing. I actually thought I was gonna wear the glue off last night while I was practicing guitar after crafting, but no, not even the guitar wore it off. It was just like, nope, it's staying there. Don't have hot water in my house, so can't just like soak it off easily. So yeah, super fun. Oh, and I'm gonna spell my word wrong because I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so yeah, it's funny, like this stuff, right? Wow, these letters today. I've used these ones a couple times, so I don't know why today is a really tough one. I did not have this many. And earlier, I'm like, I would order these again. I'm like, not after this. Bonnie says, I'm working on a mud play layout and fussy cut mud splashes. Oh, that sounds so fun. That sounds so fun. I think we have our other Bonnie here today too. Did I see her? She's still here? Yeah, Bonnie Block. She's here too. I see Debbie is here. Marsh is here. Gail, Marge, Patty was here. We said hi earlier. Kimberly, Mary, Elise, Sonia, hello. And Barb, our winner from today, Lauren, and Katie, Judy, Kelly. Oh, and Ethel, Kathy, Kimberly. No, well, hello to everybody. I'm sorry I should have said like things earlier. I saw that Debbie Barton's here, Deborah is here, Dawn is here, Diane's here, Jackie and Bonnie. I can see y'all on cameras, so or on and off on cameras. So no, it's been great. What is Cat's Cradle? If I get this on here, this will be a win. Oh, my spacing on these are gonna drive me insane. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna stick them down. They are where they are, and I'm moving on. And everything else will be filled in with embellishments to kind of cover the mistakes. Right? That's what the embellishments are gonna be for today. It's like, let's see how we can like mitigate some of the damages today. Okay, letters are on. We survived. And now I can add some little details. Okay. So leafy bits we're gonna pull out. There's a flower. It's a lot. I have to make sure that this does not get impeded. So don't wreck my pocket, Alice. Oh, could maybe, oh, it's way too big. These are nice, but they're too big. So it's a little smaller. We'll see. Okay. So we found the leafy bits. And now I want to tuck some of those in over here. It's very pastel. It kind of matches the background. So I don't know if that's going to be a good choice. Oh, and I have these pieces too. Okay, I think I like that little cluster right there, and I might see if I can do another little something over here. There is a flower that is a little bit clustery. And then I could do, what color is this leaf? Pink. Like, I need another green leaf. Or I could use one of these black ones. So big. So big. I liked how that one fit there, but I think we're gonna have to pill a different one. Okay. This one needs to come over here. Yeah.
Someday, not in our lifetime, we'll be able to say, you need that? Okay, I have it. Here you go.
Just like reach it through.
Yes, someday.
Like that Willy Wonka like vision, right? The Wonka vision.
Exactly.
I wanted that so bad as a kid. And just think of how convenient it would be for like all the advertisers. We're like, look at this amazing thing that I have. You can have it right now too. Just pay me all your money and I'll be like, take it. I'm already doing it with Amazon. Oh, Bonnie says she's been sick. That's horrible. hopefully you're on the last days and you're feeling better. I know. I really wish it was a question mark. What is Cat's Cradle? It needs a question mark so bad. I'm like, I was looking to see if like I could like fudge one out of one of the other letters. I'm like, a question mark is really kind of like a little bit like a C, a little bit like a D, a little bit like a maybe it's gonna be it would be questionable. Maybe a P. I could like turn a P into a question mark, right? If I just cut that one little piece out. I would like it way better if I had a question mark. So let's give it a try. Let's do a little bit of microsurgery on this letter. It's like so and this little piece. It is like impossible to almost see. Never mind to put on my page, but is it better? Was that like the most elegant little adjusting that you've ever seen? Okay, the little dot does not stick. I'll just draw a dot on there. I'll draw a dot. Okay, but you tell me if that works. I'll hold it up so you can see. Do you like my question mark? You can tell it was a P, but I think it's also working. So I'll give myself 5 points. Bonnie's like, it works. Right? I'll give myself 5 points for that one. I think I did good. Okay, let's add this leafy bit. And with when I put leaves on my page, I really like to like put glue on the bottom part and then put pop-up tape on the top part. Like I pretty much always do that. And before I put it on the page, I just take the leaf and I like just fold up all the little leafy bits, right? Because part of adding the leaf to my page, like I could even pop these up a little bit more. I didn't fold them up that much. But part of adding the leaf is adding a little bit more texture and intrigue to the page, right? So I definitely want that to have a little bit of texture. So I pop up the top. I usually just glue the bottom part down and then yeah, that's kind of a thing. I'm gonna pop up this whole piece though, I think. But yeah, so that's my thing. That's what, yeah, it works. There we go. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, so let's ask before I forget. Does anybody have some show and tell for us today? I do post this on my YouTube, so it'll be public. But if you would like to show us what you've been working on and stuff, then we would love to see. I'm going to finish this little piece right here. I'm going to add this little flower in. And I kind of want one more little, oh, one of these flowers or these flowers. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that'll work. So I'm not hearing any volunteers yet. So how about this? If you'd like to show something that you've been working on, it doesn't have to be today during our live thing. If maybe it's like a page that you made this week that you would like to share, then please feel free. Just turn your mic on and I'll bring you up on camera and we'll get the chance to see the fun stuff you've made. And if not, then I guess I'll show you some other stuff after.
This is Barb. I do have something I'm working on.
Okay, I'm going to put you up on spotlight.
Okay,
Barb.
So, hi. I just went to Yellowstone, so I'm just working on kind of a junk journal type scrapbook for it. So I've just got my first signature done. I don't have it sewn together, but just kind of, I always collect all the maps, tickets, all that kind of fun stuff, and just kind of sticking everything in, just having
Wow.
fun with it.
And so
So,
what was the base? Did you like build the base for that book too?
well, it's just kind of like paper bag paper.
Oh,
Um, I had a whole mess of it and I wanted to use it, and I didn't have a lot of uh, paper that pertained to Yellowstone outdoorsy type stuff. So I thought the brown would be perfect. And I knew I'd be covering a lot of the pages with, stuff that was in the pamphlet. So I figured I really didn't need pattern paper.
oh my goodness, that's wonderful. And you've got
Yeah.
some pictures and stuff in there too. Oh,
Yep. Got my pictures. So it's just kind of fun. I just kind of like to get it done right after vacation because then you forget if you don't do it right away.
yes.
So
Yeah, totally. Oh
yeah.
my gosh, that looks
And
so
then
good.
I had bought some leather at a garage sale, like actually real leather. It's very soft, but I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for the book to kind of wrap it around it. So I got to
Oh,
figure that part out yet, but I'm having fun doing it. So
that'll totally be nice. Like it'll like, and with that kind of like that craft paper that you've used, like the perfect texture to kind of make it very tactile and like really suit the location of where you went too. Oh, that's
that's what
cool.
I kind of, well, thanks. And thanks for picking my number.
Oh yeah, well, it's good. Now you'll be able to play with this. Actually, they put this kit aside, so it's not even like you get a random one. You get the one that you saw me unwrap today. So
Oh,
you get this one. Yeah,
fantastic. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks.
I have a layout to share.
Oh, perfect. Okay, Deborah, let me put you up on. Oh, let me put you up
I might
on.
have to turn off the light, but let me see. Yeah. Okay, it's okay. Can you see?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Might have to turn off
A
the
little.
light.
It's a little washed out. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I got all my windows open and lights on. Is that better?
Yeah.
It's a mixed media page. It's stenciling and stamping and what do you call that stuff?
Like texture
Those
paint.
alcohol inks. There's no texture on it.
Oh,
It's flat. This is
okay.
alcohol ink background here. And then that's some ink blending on this one and stamping. So I'm in a crop this weekend with Victoria Marie and it's all mixed media. So
Oh, so
I just thought
fun.
I'd share that.
That's
I still have to put the title and some journaling on there, but
yeah, that's
that's my
awesome.
husband doing an installation service for someone that took over a church. So
Nice.
yeah.
See, it's good. Get the hobby in the books, right?
Yeah.
Like, honey, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for sharing. Aw, this is so good. I love it when we have lots of people that share. That always makes me so happy.
I've got something to share, Alice.
Debbie?
Yep.
Okay, let's bring you up.
Hey, Debbie.
Hi. I was making birthday cards.
Look at that.
So that's what I've been doing.
Oh, those are so nice.
That's my project for this afternoon.
That's fabulous. It looks like you're stamping and stuff on those.
Stenciling, the fireworks are stenciled with distress oxides and then it's stamped.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
sentiments are stamped.
Yeah. So fun. So many good things going on. Well, thank you. This is so fun. Diane, do you have something to share? Oh, I thought I saw her mic on. So maybe I'll just switch back here.
No, I didn't, Alice. Not
Okay,
to-
I thought I saw your mic and I was like, oh, maybe I missed.
Yeah, my mic was on.
Okay.
No, I can show you my goof, but that's okay. I'll keep it to myself. I hate mixed media. I decided. Just I like a little of it, but it's not my thing.
I love playing with it, and like you have to be prepared for like mixed results. Like sometimes you're like, well, that's not what I thought was going to happen. Right? Like that's kind of the mixed media thing. It's like, oh, sometimes it's you get what you get out of it. But I don't know. I love playing with this stuff actually. It's been really fun to see. Okay, so here's where we're at. This is gonna have something on it. I'll put something on the top, like it won't be this tall. I'll shrink it down when I go to add the journaling here after. And yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know, like maybe I'll just looking to see like how much I need to, this looks a little sparse along the bottom here now that I've got so much. This cluster turned out so good. I just want to add, like I've got these little dots, so I'll probably add a couple of those in here, but I'm almost looking like I almost need something that brings my eye a little bit more this way, so we'll see. But it's feeling pretty done, so I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna just push these little pieces to the side, and I'll show you a couple pages that I've made recently for load, because I showed the one earlier. And here, let's bring this and zoom it in a little. Okay, so the page I did last night ended up being this one. We were scrapbooking about a happy memory, right? It was something like that. Let's see, the story where you one of the happiest days of your life, or it was an or prompt, so it was like a happiest day of your life or a story about where you live or desire to live, or you know, if you've lived overseas or something, maybe something like that. And to use black, white, and gray like Chrissy Hines wardrobe, so, or enamel dots or ink splattering. So anyways, this is why I stenciled my little Mickey heads in the background with like shades of gray, was because I was using this black, white, gray kind of thing. But I'm like, this is a Disney page, so I turned my photo black and white, but then I wanted to have that explosion of color to help you feel like the happiest thing. And I talked about the happiest days, and I'm like, it definitely wasn't like the happiest day for my husband. And in fact, he likes to make fun of the fact that Disney is not the happiest place on earth for all people, right? In fact, the one night that we were there, not on this trip, but on a different trip, we came across this girl. It was like right after the fireworks, and she was just sitting there crying, and like adult girl crying. Like he just couldn't help. He was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, it's just not the happiest place on earth. She was like so tired. They had just traveled from like Brazil or something like that, and she was just worn out, and they're there at fireworks, but like she was totally overwhelmed. But anyways, it was just really funny. So I love this picture of us, and I'm wearing my little Mickey shirt with the Disneyland on it. And so I put this together. I did these little explosions of color, and I've got my journaling tucked in the back here. So that was pretty good. And I used a little brad. I covered the back of it so that it didn't catch as I was putting it in and out, because I thought I was going to cut the tag off, but I just folded the ears up at just a little tiny bit so they're easier to grab for the tag. And I'm like, oh, that worked out so good. And yeah. So that was my one page from yesterday. And the reason that I even had this picture even open is because I had done this under the C page the day before. And this one, I just started with like a little grid and this paper that I had done some mixed media on, I think during one of the Happy at Home sessions that I do in April of the last few years. And that's like the little fun thing where I go live every weekday on YouTube in the month of April. And on this one, I had done like stencils and mixed media and stuff. I think I've covered up almost all of the mixed media because there was only just a few little random pieces, but they ended up getting covered. But in the end, like, I love how it turned out. I had all these little pieces from 49 and Market, like this little, and they're all acetate. So like, look at how fun those little pieces are, and they're kind of shiny and they're layered, and I just thought they were so cute, and I love how this page ended up turning out with this. So that was just a couple highlights from this last few days of load, and now I just have to finish my page from today and I'll be all set. So let's go back here. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining me for this Scrapbook Live session today. Thank you to everyone that shared. I love seeing your projects, like so many interesting ideas, like from the cards to that like mixed media album that like that Barb was making. And seeing the layouts, like it's just so fun to see what everyone is up to. So I appreciate you sharing with us today. And if you've been watching or you're watching on the replay and you're like, hey, how do I play next time so that I don't miss all the fun, go and get on this email list right here. I don't send very much, so you'll be like, Alice, you're probably not sending enough. It's actually what I get told a lot. But get on that email list, and from there you will get the invitations to come and join us for these sessions while they're live, which will give you the opportunity to win one of the kits from the Scrap Room. And please do go check out their kits. They're so fantastic to work with. I really love the gals from the Scrap Room and the kits they're putting together. So please go and check them out. They're at scrap-room.com. And yeah, go to scraphappy.org/subscribe, get on the email list there, and then you can come and play with us. If you're looking for me, you might find me on Instagram sometimes. And you can connect with me there. Otherwise, come and check out our Scrap Happy community. Scrap Happy is a community of people where we get together and we do different live sessions. We have different challenges, like our layouted day challenges that we do 3 times a year. It's all included for members, and it's so much fun. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for scrapbooking with me today. I really love getting to see everyone. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to be able to share all of this with you. And thanks for your good ideas. I always appreciate that too. It's like, Alice, try this. That's always good. Bonnie says, a fun crop today. Thank you, Alice. Thank you. You'll make it so much more fun for me. So it's appreciated. Okay, until next time, everyone, happy scrapping. Okay, bye.